If you like talking,
Women.
Ladies.
men,
Topic.
Conversations.
and occasional uninformed politics,
Multiple talking women is for you.
Hit it!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the incredible, world famous, multiple talking women podcast. I am one of your hosts, perhaps the most colorful in many ways, Lana Brown.
I'm another one of your hosts, the least colorful and proud of it, Felicity Bramblebush.
And hi, I'm the producer, Paula Gherkin. First thing, we are gonna introduce our guests in a second, but I do want to say, if you're listening and not watching, Lana, you're assaulting everyone with your breasts. They're really our guest comes in here, and you know,
and no one told him that he was going to
have to
sit
walk
across
into
from
this.
It is a gentle flesh hug for the eyes.
Oh, all right.
That's all it is.
Okay, great. Well, I'd love a cover up next time. I don't want to look at it.
I have this to say. Roxanne, you don't have to wear that dress tonight.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I do. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, sitting in front of us.
Sitting.
I mean, talk about gleaming, beautiful, luminous skin.
Yeah.
Luminous skin,
Yeah.
the just joy emanating.
Yeah. Joyful face.
Joyful face.
Nate Jackson.
Woo!
Whoop, whoop, whoop. How are you?
Welcome.
I'm doing good. Thank you for addressing that, man, because those titties are crazy. So I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank
I
you.
was
I
trying
knew
to
you were
just come into a podcast. I was like, goodness gracious, what's going on in here?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I love it.
And it's especially rough when you haven't met us. Well,
I
you've met
haven't.
me, but you haven't met
No.
these two.
Well, they
and
told
so
me it was just 3 of y'all, and I come in here and there's 5.
Do you wish
That's
that someone,
right.
Oh, yeah, you're
do you
right.
feel assaulted in any way, shape, or form?
I don't feel threatened,
Okay.
No.
if that's what you're asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
you
Yeah.
can handle it.
This is what I like about him without knowing very much about Nate. He sees the breasts. He doesn't give me some kind of weird thing. He looks me in the eyes. He is confident enough in who he is to just be like, okay, those
okay,
are
this
some
is what I
tits.
got. Yeah,
Whatever.
We've got tits.
He's not
Yeah,
like,
we both got titties, so I wasn't going to overreact about yours.
Okay.
right.
You
Now,
know what I
Nate,
mean?
I'm going to make a wild guess.
Okay.
You're a Raptors fan.
This is just an outfit.
Is it really?
It's just an outfit.
Are you not a Raptors
It
fan?
is just an outfit.
Are you wearing a different team every day?
Yeah, I support the players and not really the team.
So you're just an
Okay.
NBA fan.
Just the
basketball
this
fan.
matches, and that's
Yes,
why I
I
got
see
it
a
on.
lot
Yeah,
of
the
color
purple I like.
coordination.
Yeah, I mean, I have Kobe
a lot of
Bryant with the Raptors. That was never a thing.
You know what? All I saw was the purple, and I didn't see what was on there. Now I see Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, if you look too
Raptors.
close, this makes no sense.
Right.
But from a distance, you're like, oh, he's fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all coordinated.
It's sort of like Lana. Also, doesn't
Like-
make a lot.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make a lot of sense. All right. So listen, you're a stand-up comedy guy. Is that how would you describe if I were to say, who the hell are you? What kind of sentence would you give me back if I'm getting to know you?
Let's say I'm a comedian, entrepreneur, actor.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
Comedian first,
Yes.
actor's third, which I think is interesting.
I don't. I think it's just the order.
Is that
Yeah.
I put the things I can control the least, it's in that order.
Oh,
see.
And
love
you
that.
own a comedy club.
Yeah, I own, so it's called Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club. It's the
It's
biggest,
a great name.
yes, thank you. It's the biggest comedy club in Pacific Northwest history, and it's the biggest Black-owned club in America.
Well, congratulations. That's so cool. Now, when I think of the Pacific Northwest, I think of the woods, Sasquatch,
Salmon,
methamphetamine, and
White
salmon.
women, coffee. Yeah.
And but you are saying there's a place that if it's a void here, I'm going to fill it with comedy.
Yes,
And where, can you tell us
Right.
where exactly it is?
sure can. It's in Tacoma, Washington on 84th Street. So we are 30 minutes south of Seattle.
Oh, my God. Guys, this is major.
yeah? If you haven't been, I guess you got to go over there.
But so
Well-
are you based there or based here?
I'm based there.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I did LA for like 12 years. And then when the pandemic slowed everything down, I was like, let me head on home.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then I opened the
Mhm.
club. So it's been open for 4.5 years now.
I can foresee us taking a trip there. Next
Sure.
week, I'm going to Spokane, Washington.
Oh,
Oh.
you're doing Spokane Comedy Club?
I wish. I'm going to visit a friend.
Okay.
She wishes because listen, what you don't know because you don't know these two as well. These two have been trying to break into the biz,
Really?
but they're not having any luck. And the main reason why, they're both very needy. And that doesn't
no.
We just want it so bad. I want it bad.
Wanting it bad is one thing, but what does needy mean?
Come on, please.
And we also really need the sort of the perks and products that come with fame and success.
Yeah.
I want free things sent to me.
Tell us, Nate, what have you received? What sort of free perks?
Like in like a P.O. box?
Yeah, either in a P.O. box or, do you ever do a gig and someone's like, hey, here's some...
gift
Or
baskets.
they send it to you because they see you on the
basket.
internet.
I've had cookies.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll take cookies.
Cookies.
Sure.
Last week, somebody offered me a maple bar with bacon pieces on it.
Oh.
Just because of who you are.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Like, we have an extra one.
How
Do
does
you
that
want
feel?
one?
That's what he is like. Sweet maple bar with a little bit of spicy, salty bacon.
Just a little bit.
Because sometimes you like to kind of pick on comedically your audience members.
Yes.
I do. There's a section in the crowd called the roast zone.
Oh.
When they buy those tickets, they're signing up
Okay.
for whatever might happen. So we get into it. But I don't roast people to like smithereens. It's always got to end on love or some type of uplift.
Oh, nice.
I really like that they know that they're going in there.
They decide.
Yeah.
Because that can be like a sort of a kink for people.
For sure. People are wearing crazy outfits, trying to get my attention. They want to get talked about.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because in life, a lot of people don't feel seen. So when they come to the show, that acknowledgement, they're like, I exist. I'm like, yes, and you have a snaggletooth. So let's get into
Let's talk about that weird tooth you
Let's
got.
talk about that too.
Sure. Speaking of which, Felicity, your mouth is lopsided today. What's going on?
It sure is.
Yeah. Because you don't even sound like yourself.
No, I
honest.
don't. It's
You
hard
got
to
into
make
some sort of accident with one of your
words
12 children?
come out of my mouth.
Yeah, what happened?
I was hit in the face.
With what?
A sign.
A sign?
Yeah. A spinning sign.
Like a sign spinner?
A sign spinner.
The people on the corner?
That's right. It was.
A Liberty
spinning
Tax?
This one was for actually fax. A fax.
A fax
and
machine
printing
place?
Which I needed. So I approached him, said, hey, I tried to leave a wide berth. I said, excuse me, sir. No answer. I got a little too close and whacked in the mouth. But I needed to fax a form because I did have another accident prior. I had a botched surgery in my mouth.
Did he see you after the sign hit you?
No, no.
He just kept spinning.
You had a botched surgery in your mouth, then you got hit in the mouth?
The botched surgery was months ago.
All right.
I had a
But back to Nate.
You don't want to hear about my surgery?
I do. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm pregnant with enthusiasm to hear this story.
He's going to birth enthusiasm.
I had a gum surgery, and when they replace your gums, they use a cadaver tissue. Oh. They use the dead butt of a dead body, and they sew it into your mouth.
Okay, it's the perfect time to ask you New York style. Dead ass? You have a dead ass in your mouth?
Dead ass in my mouth.
That sounds like an orgy gone bad.
What part did they use? Just a random cheek or not?
Cheeks.
No wrinkles though. You don't have no
cheeks. No, you can choose this when you die to have your ass go in someone's mouth.
Wow.
How?
I want to sign up.
Whose ass? Do you get to pick the ass?
No, you don't. No, you don't. And I got an infection, and I want to file a lawsuit, so I needed to fax a form.
So you were faxing things.
And I feel like it's that person whose dead ass was in my mouth who probably made that sign hit me.
Oh, so you've also got the ghost maybe of that person.
Probably.
Floating around you.
Okay,
all right, back
I'm
to
so
Nate.
sorry. Back to
This
Nate.
is so interesting.
It's interesting.
So this is why one side of your mouth is thick and the other side isn't?
That explains the thickness. Though it's slowly working its way out, I feel it.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. You look weird.
Now, I want to hear a little bit about how you got started.
I do too, but I want to hear about little Nate. Little Nate.
Was he in the woods?
Little Nate?
Little Nate, where'd he grow up?
Was he in the woods roasting the little bear cubs he was playing with in the woods?
Yeah, were you roasting animals before you roasted people? How did it get going for you?
I've never roasted a forest animal.
Oh, that's
figuratively or actually. Little Nate? Huh?
Yeah, like where you grow up and what were you doing? What were you up to?
I'm born and raised in Lacey, Washington, which is an hour south of Seattle.
Okay.
And that was where I grew up. And then I went to Florida Memorial College in Miami.
Wait. Oh. How did you know? Did you know did little Nate know he was a funny
Yeah, do you have siblings? Were you all making each other laugh? Or what?
I have two older sisters.
Okay.
I'm 12 years younger than my middle sister and 16 younger than my oldest.
Whoa, that's a gap.
That's why he respects women, I can tell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so my sisters have always been funny.
Okay.
But that would have been before my own recognition of it.
Right. They knew when you were a
yeah,
baby.
I guess I had a funny laugh or whatever.
Sure.
Then I went to school in Miami for a year and a half, and then I went to Washington State University for a semester, and I graduated from Eastern Washington University. So I spent some time in Spokane, where you were.
My
where
friend moved to Spokane, and I'm telling you, it's great, except for when the people get a little scary, white people. Scary conservatives.
They're a scary white. Oh, I see.
And I don't like that. And they all look at me like, where did you come from?
I don't think they're looking at you like that. They're not. They don't think what you think.
Well,
they think.
are you wearing this when you go?
Yeah, if you're wearing that, they might be.
Well, that's true. But they're whiter than I want to be around in a scary way. But
Okay.
we don't need to get into politics and stuff. It's a great place. There's lots of creative people, beautiful rivers.
Yeah, great rivers.
But, anywhere that it's too much in the middle of nowheres, people can sometimes be a little more small-minded.
You find that?
Like the more rural places are?
Yeah, like the...
That's kind of how America works.
You're right.
If you're outside of a city populace, you're going to get some interesting conversations.
Folks.
Do you change up your material when you're in the Pacific Northwest?
No, I am who I am.
You do it. You just do it. And then come and see me if you like it. And if you don't,
I
come.
do me.
I had a friend who performs comedy sometimes in San Francisco, and she said the audience is like this. But the same set will kill in Los Angeles. So I feel
you have a comedy friend?
she's a new friend. I'm trying to make female friends.
Okay. This is news to us.
And so, granted, San Francisco is not Pacific Northwest, but I do find it's a different sense of humor. Do you see? Do you find?
Yeah, I think it's like based on region.
Okay.
I would say the West Coast all kind of has the same sensibilities. And I'd say it's a little more wild, I guess, in the South. And then the East Coast just feels like the West Coast, but more populated.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Makes a difference.
Can I keep asking my questions?
I want to hear this.
Okay. So when in all this time you're growing up, you're going to college and when do you go, oh, I'm funny, I might be able to do this as a living, or I might be able to act, or I might be like, when did that happen?
Great question. I didn't. Almost at any point. I was dared to do comedy in the first place once I got to Eastern Washington University, and then I did a show for all students, and then
but you must have been dared because you made people
I was,
friends laugh.
The person that
stuff.
dared me had been doing comedy already, and I didn't know because he was doing it on like Christmas vacations and stuff back home. So he saw something in me that I didn't. We were just basically just talking shit after class. Sure. Yeah, and he was like, "Man, I think you could do comedy," and I'm like, "I watch it. I'm not doing it. What are you talking about?"
Were you nervous the first time?
Absolutely.
Wow, this is a crazy start. I like this.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was allowed to have a 3x5 card in their hands.
Okay.
So that cut some of the nerves. I'm like, all I gotta do is read.
Wait, he dared you. Did you get anything out of the dare? Did you get $20 or something? What did you get?
I got second place to him.
Okay.
Shout out to John Fowler.
Wait, on your first
John
time?
Fowler.
Yeah.
First time.
He beat me.
But
first and second, and then there was like I think 14 other people.
That's crazy that you're first. I feel like those other 12 were like, this guy never even did it before. Like they probably were mad.
I think a lot of us were new. But the thing is that made it an interesting start because a lot of comics start and they're like, man, I bombed for years, but I had a good set because it was my peers. But that's also why it was nerve-wracking because I'm looking out at literally rows of my friends and I'm like, if this doesn't go good, socially I'm ruined. And to me, that was a big deal at the time.
To disappoint your friends feels very...
But I exceeded their expectations. Like, and then for some reason, I don't know why, but usually on college campuses, it's hard to get students to do the activities that the schools throw.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have a hypnotist and there's like 7 kids in there.
Right.
Well, for this, like, because it was students performing, for some reason it piqued everyone's interest. Even like the football team was there. And if you've ever been on a college campus, you know, they're distant.
They don't
they
don't do anything like that.
They don't do nothing. They
If
just
it's even
lift
slightly
weights,
artsy.
play video games. No, they were at this. The whole back of the room was the football team, the volleyball team, soccer team, my friends.
Mimes, woodworkers.
Yeah.
Hairstylists.
Everybody.
Right. A little person. It was great.
That speaks to having kind of an innate talent that you're just born with. Innate.
That's
That's
your
where the
show.
talent is.
It's innate.
It's innate. Yeah.
Are we the first ones to ever think of that?
No.
Oh.
But you were the first ones to say it that way.
Okay. Hey, so here's what I think. Now
I have a question just real quick.
Please
Do
go.
you think that if something happened to me and I donated like an organ or something, that the person that got my organ would be funny now? because my talent is in them.
It depends which part.
Well, she got an infection from that ass. But if it was my ass in her mouth, would she say funnier stuff? Funny?
I hope so, because I'm not funny, and I don't care. I'll say it. I don't understand comedy.
I don't understand jokes unless it's a fart joke.
Or if it's like a fake poop, a fake teeth.
Someone slipping on a banana. Very basic.
This is funny to me. But I have been having weird dreams. And there was a movie about this where somebody got somebody else's eyes and started seeing things that they saw, and they saw their killer. What movie was that? Do you remember?
No.
That's pretty good.
Sounds pretty great.
But it's something that haunts me.
Well, depending on your butt owner.
Yeah.
Who is dead. They might have been in a relationship where they were getting just nice love and they had a good relationship with their body and that would feel good. Or maybe they were spanked.
Right.
I mean, he's right. You don't know what DNA you have in your body.
Have you had any food urges that were different than before, or any urges to do anything like leisurely different?
I've been
with that ass in your mouth.
I've been wanting to climb trees a lot.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know who.
Someone who climbs, a climber.
Is it a human ass?
I don't know. What if it's a koala ass?
Well, no. I mean, there's people who
then
climb
you got
mountains.
infected from chlamydia.
That's right.
They get that as,
an
animal.
Those koalas.
I learned that in Australia. Koalas have it.
Yeah, it's rampant.
Yeah.
In their community.
So I hope that's not koala butt.
I
really hope so.
How are you doing around eucalyptus?
I'm very attracted to it.
Well, there you go.
I'm very attracted to
I think
eucalyptus.
we're getting to the bottom of it.
Hungry for it.
Speaking
of STDs, can I just say one thing?
Please, let's talk about STDs.
I don't know if you've seen or how it is in the Pacific Northwest.
They are crazy.
There are huge billboards
for syphilis.
For syphilis.
I've seen that here. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's a syphilis, and it just says syphilis, and then it shows infected eyes.
I haven't seen the infected eyes.
Oy.
The craziest thing I saw the other day, I was in traffic, and there was a guy spinning a sign that said syphilis. And he hit this white lady in the face.
I need to find her. I need to call her.
Yeah, exactly.
People are getting hit in the face with these signs. It's a problem.
Good God.
I've never asked a guest this before, but people see me as pretty straight-laced. I kind of run things around. I'm the producer. You could tell these two. They'd go off on tangents if I wasn't here. But I think I could do comedy.
Oh.
You find that's funny to you?
I think I could do I think I could be great at stand-up. So here's what I need from you.
Okay.
Can you give me a couple pointers for me to come up with a good joke right here, right now? What do I got to pull from personal experience, right?
Yes.
Okay. So like maybe like a childhood thing, or like how do I make a joke?
Sure. You could go from a personal experience. I think you should start from a personal experience that you found funny.
Oh boy. I don't find it a lot funny either.
But whatever made you laugh, think of that. Set it up to where you say that as the third thing and a suggestion.
You know something
the
about
third thing,
Paula?
It's gotta be
There's like
third.
mathematical.
Oh,
yeah.
Now this is so bizarre. I sort of find it amusing. So when Paula makes love, she really gets.
This is true.
Off.
Yeah.
She becomes satisfied only when there's a white man crying in the corner.
Really?
Well, my main partner, if I'm with someone else,
yes,
and my main partner's watching, and I don't get him involved at all because I don't,
like a cuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's kind of crying in the corner, sad about it.
He loves this.
You like that?
I like that.
And is it so you want to see their pain that gives you joy?
Yes. Is that a good joke? I was having sex the other night. My partner was in the corner. He was crying. Because that's the funniest part for me.
Well, I would set it up.
Oh, set it up.
And I would give some misdirection with the first two.
Okay. Hey, I was at the grocery store.
No, I would say, you know what really turns me on?
Okay. Okay. You know what really turns me on?
I like music.
Yeah.
I like the vibes and candles. And I like my ex crying in the corner.
There we
three
go.
things.
You know what?
That's good.
That sounds funny to me.
That sounds funny.
Yeah. And I feel like you have a bit of a Paula Poundstone vibe.
Who's that?
Just someone I saw on TV when she wears a bolo tie.
Oh, I like that. I like a bolo tie.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
All right. All right. I'm going to work on it. Now I'm going to know. Now that's easy. It's
You
a
do it.
formula.
It's a formula for sure.
When you
misdirect 1, 2, 3.
That's one path.
Well, that's all I'm going to do. That's the only way I'm going to do my
you-
stand-up.
For an hour.
Yeah, you're kind of a professor of comedy.
I've taught comedy.
Well, see, I could feel it. I didn't even know that, and I could feel it.
I know you could see it so clearly.
No,
that was incredible.
Now, how do you vet the acts that are potentially going to come to your club?
Oh yeah.
Oh right, like could I open for someone maybe?
It's going to be a little bit, but you can come on a Tuesday and work that out at open mic.
See,
okay.
I was just
So you'll be
invited
on
to
stage.
perform. I was invited to perform.
And if it's really good, somebody might send you a cookie or give you a maple bar.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So the club is called Super Funny. So I kind of have I have no choice but to pride myself on making sure people are funny.
Itself into a corner there.
So people send their footage to our booking email, and we review the footage.
Okay.
I'm looking for, how many times did they get a laugh per minute, which is a good way to, study comedy. Then, even if it's not a lot of laughs per minute, if it's just funny to me, then I'll take a chance on someone.
That's smart. Also, here's my question. I notice when you're bantering with the audience a little, is you're making it up. And how do you come up with the funny jokes that haven't been planned?
Yeah, we've
before?
had improvisers on here. We don't. That is hard.
This is hard.
Yeah, how do you
because some
do
of the
that?
funniest stuff you were saying, I saw you talking to this lady about her tattoos.
Right.
You were like, "Who's deciding?
Right? Who's picking these
who's
tattoos?
picking these tattoos?"
She had the most nonsensical tattoos.
The way you said it and the way it was very funny, and you clearly didn't plan it ahead because you didn't know her.
No. I don't know if that just comes from doing it 20 years or what. But
innate. Yeah.
I don't know if that's innate. I think that's just doing it so much.
so much.
Yeah, like I had my own rooms and I hosted a lot. And so when you host a room or do comedy in the same place at a high frequency, the audience knows your stuff. So if you want to keep them interested, you got to come up with new stuff every time.
Sure.
Right.
And at a point, the human brain just can't keep up with that much preparation. So I started going on stage with nothing.
Right.
And then messing with and playing around and coming off with little W's. I was like, okay. And then that started to seep into my actual headlining set. And so now, for me, like the perfect set is one that seamlessly goes back and forth from crowd work and jokes. But I don't post material online.
I see.
I post the stuff that I'm just burn worthy. Yeah, I'm not going to say it again.
Yeah, because you come off as just completely natural, in control.
Is that because someone will steal it? If you post something, they could go like, well, I'll make that my joke.
I don't know if I'd say they'd steal it because I would put that online if I felt like it was super theft worthy.
Yeah, you'd have to see him doing
I need
it.
a date and timestamp it so people can be like, Nate said it first. I need that. But in general, they're just more manicured and there's more layers and callbacks and things than like the actual material. I don't want to just burn it on TikTok. I feel like it should be on a special. It should be something, and until that opportunity is presented, then I'm just going to keep stacking up my bag of really good stuff. And sometimes I'll do something improv that's so good that I'm like,
you'll incorporate it.
Move that to another column.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then in my next set, it might actually come out during like seamlessly as a joke. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or I could be talking to someone, say in Denver, and something gets made up on the spot. And then I don't know how, but if I'm in Detroit or somewhere else, and it's a similar interaction, I'm going to say that
worked.
Yeah, that works. So I'll start there and then build on that.
God, I'm learning so much.
Are you?
And when you come out, do you have do you say, oh, snaggletooth, 12 o'clock, weird sweater, 3 o'clock? Do you pick ahead of time who you're going to?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, we tried that, but when my road manager is like, there's a lady with the red hat that looks kind of silly, and then I go out and that's not even who I thought was interesting.
Right, it has to be you.
It's got to be me. I don't have long. I just kind of just talk to people and see what sticks out. Plus, I found the people that are trying to get interacted with,
those
like that. They're not. Yeah, they're doing too much.
You two would not. She wouldn't be able to do anything for you two because you'd be so
excited
to be. Please, to pick on me. Say something about my
star.
star.
I would start talking about my children.
Yeah.
And which
you have 12?
12 children.
There's actually a couple that had 12 children. And there's the videos out, but they couldn't name them.
Oh, I
Can you name your 12
give
kids?
them a call.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yes,
I feel like every
You
time
can?
a different name get popped in
That's
there.
not true.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's
not
hear it
true.
then.
Let's hear the list
real
again.
quick.
I'm ready. I'm ready to count them.
Yeah.
Jaden, Caden, Braden, Jeremiah, Rockefeller, Shirley Temple, Gordon, Fred, Tanya, Chastity, Hope, Faith.
That's 12.
Thank you.
You almost had a 13th baby right there.
Yeah,
You never know.
Boy.
No, 13 is not lucky, so I would probably just
past
do
that
a
to
lot of
14?
dangerous things.
Push past that.
Push.
One of her children is models for Pepperidge Farm crackers.
Which one?
He's a cracker model. Gordon.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a cracker model.
That's right. He models for crackers.
Which brand of crackers?
Pepperidge Farm.
They have a cracker?
They sure do.
He's doing so well.
They have a nice cheddar cracker.
Was the cheddar on it or infused?
Oh, it's baked in.
White cheddar.
Innate.
It's innate.
It's innate.
So one more time, what are the kids' names?
Yeah, so there. Braden, Jaden, Caden, Jeremiah, Rockefeller, Gordon, Snake.
Well, that's a nickname for one of them. Snake is a
somebody's
nickname.
a nickname.
Sorry, something bit me.
And then there's Hope.
There's Hope, Charity, Chastity, Shirley Temple.
There's one more.
And Fred.
That's the 13th. So which one is Snake?
Snake is.
It's
so hard to
mischievous.
remember. He's so slippery, that
See,
one.
here's the thing about her kids and why she has a hard time remembering.
Okay.
The way she doesn't like to really interact with them very much.
No.
And she just, like if she wants to do an errand, she just locks them in their rooms.
I give him a screen.
You have 12 different rooms?
Well, she locks some of them together. Well, some of them have to be separate.
Big house, a big mansion. Some would call it a manse.
So how many rooms are there for the kids?
They each have one.
So there are 12 rooms.
13.
Because you and your husband have.
For Snake.
Right.
Yeah. And an office.
And for Snake. Yeah.
So her husband's a
My
senator.
husband is Republican
Has a lot of
senator.
money.
Is that right?
He's in rehab right now. Not for drugs or alcohol, for being attracted to elderly people.
Ooh.
He collects elderly porn, and it's become a problem.
And he distributes it.
Where?
Oh,
You'd be surprised how many people are into it.
There's a market for old
Yes.
people porn?
Just like people like to do, watch feet stuff.
Or have their ex cry in the corner of a room.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
there you go.
Thank you. Everybody likes that.
There you
Does somebody not like that? It's not my ex. He's my partner.
Your current.
Yeah.
Who is the person that who's the one getting all the blessings?
Different. It's always someone different. I like to mix it up.
You're trying to find somebody who will make him cry the hardest? What are his
That's
political views?
interesting.
And maybe I can help you find like his arch nemesis, and then you really get some good tears out of him.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
Interesting.
Do you have an ex that would concern him, or somebody that's close to him, like his father, or that'd be a tearjerker?
Interesting. Yeah.
That
his
would
brother.
be a tearjerker.
I mean, I've seen his son make eyes at me.
Has he?
Yeah. He's
How
about
old is he?
20.
You think he's seen some pictures of you? You think her husband maybe showed him a couple pictures of you? The age gap.
Well, here's the thing.
This feels like something that would be on the Jerry Springer show.
Maybe. Her husband is not interested. We're not old enough for her husband. They
No,
want
80
They want
80
80 plus.
Your husband's 80 plus?
No, that's what
That's what
is
he's
into.
interested in.
Really? And where does he get the content at?
He creeps around.
He creeps into
He's a
retirement homes and takes pictures
through
and
windows.
This is why he's in
It's a
rehab.
real problem.
They don't even know he's taking the pictures?
No. They can't even see cataracts. They don't know.
They don't know. Yeah.
Now,
That's amazing.
how old are you?
Well,
I'm
That's
40.
rude.
You're 40?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to include it, but you look like you're 23.
You do
I'm
look very
40.
Okay.
And I look what I look, and I am what I am.
Yeah, you're a
But
man.
I can play between 28 and 42.
Speaking
I'd
of
say
playing
23.
between,
It's those
How is
cheeks.
it-
That's how you do it.
what is it
Thank
like
you.
being an entertainer outside of the land of entertainment?
It's the same.
It is?
It really is.
But people aren't like, talking about there's the shows that they're making.
But there's not a lot of
auditioning
shows
for.
being made in LA
Well,
anymore, so
that's
what does
really
it matter?
true.
Yeah.
That's
That
really
part,
true.
right.
That's really true.
Every now and then somebody's like, I really am a fan of the show you were on. And you know what I mean? I don't I don't necessarily have people who are like diehard a character I played fans yet.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yet.
Yeah. So I played JYD on The Young Rock on NBC. And so I get wrestling fans, and then I'll get
Did
fans
that
of the
shoot in
show.
Australia?
The first season did.
Oh my goodness. Wow. How was that?
That was amazing because their summer is opposite of ours.
right.
Yeah.
So I did my full summer here, and then as the weather was starting to get ugly in Washington, they called, and it was like another 3 months of beautiful weather.
Oh, and koalas.
with
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia. Yeah.
Where did you? God, I would love to go there.
God, that's very, very cool.
I think we're heading into that time. Are we at about that time? I wasn't paying attention.
Let's hit some
Okay,
more career talk because I find that it's interesting.
Okay.
But I also quickly want to ask, since you are doing comedy back in your hometown, do your funny sisters come and see you?
Does my family see me?
Yeah, your funny sisters and your family.
Well, we didn't ever say that her sisters were funny. They said he was funny.
Oh, they must be funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're funny. But they come see me.
Do you razz them like you? Can you do the same thing to them that you do to
I
audience
give family
members?
immunity.
Oh,
Yes. And I also don't get anybody 2 times.
Oh,
okay. Because then it would feel very personal.
Yes, like they're being picked on, 1, and then 2, people start to try and come back and they want more. So this is the thing. On the tour, I do an 80-minute set that is some crowd work, some material. It's all blended in and it's seamless, right? It's in a really good place right now. Once a month on every first Wednesday, I do what's called a crowd work joint. And for an hour, I'm not allowed to say any jokes. I can only talk about what I thought of since I woke up that day or what's in front of me.
Wow.
And that kind of was the challenge. Somebody's like, just get up there and just go.
But wait a minute. But people, it must be funny though sometimes.
Yeah, they're
you
all
can't
funny.
help
There's
it.
10 of them on YouTube
So even
now.
though it's not a joke.
No, we're finding the fun. And usually it's kind of obvious, you know.
Yeah.
You ask someone a question and they don't have the answer. It's like, why don't you know how old you are? Or why don't you know how long you've been with your wife? Why don't you know
what's
your
going
12
on
kids'
here?
names? And so then we just have fun with
Then
it.
you just mess with them.
It's true because people act pretty weird sometimes when you call on them, when you call them out.
Right. Because they feel the pressure of the lights and stuff. Plus, sometimes people, they're just trying to fill the answer with words. And like, sometimes it's not the truth.
Right. Well, also
You
because
could
you're
go
trying to
back
be
and ask
funny or
somebody
trying to be
something.
clever and they're not saying
I
the real
could go to
thing.
somebody and we talk in full. They answer as best they can. Then I talk to someone else or whatever. And then I come back to the original person and ask the same question. And they can't remember what they just said.
Right, because it wasn't the truth. There's a thing, isn't there a
like,
phrase
what are your
called
kids'
truth?
names again?
Oh boy, here we go.
Braden, Jaden, Caden, Jeremiah, Rockefeller, Gordon, Snake, Fred, Chastity, Hope, Charity, Shirley, Temple, Mr. Rogers, and Clyde.
Outstanding.
Thank you.
There's a couple of different ones in there.
Fred, I think, is gone now.
Oh.
Well, interesting.
So we'd have fun with that live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you must be good at reading people in real life.
Yes.
What was your first, besides the boobs, when you walked in here, what was your impression? What did you think?
Of what?
What would you, if I was in your audience, what would you pick on?
You?
Yeah.
You have baby toes.
Oh, he is so perceptive.
You have little baby toes.
I've been told,
he's not wrong.
I once was walking down the street and a man said to me, "You have popsicle toes."
Like the sticks?
No, the top part, because he said he wanted to suck on them.
Ooh.
Oh.
And did
Popsicle toes.
that made you use that? You
No,
get some tears
I was by myself on that one. I'm not into feet things that much.
Right.
So I just kind of tucked it away.
We had brought
That's
the feet thing up
interesting.
earlier, so I thought maybe that.
That's true. I do keep going there. Maybe I'm starting to get interested in feet stuff.
They got websites for that. There was a girl in the crowd that said she made $144,000 that year from feetfinder.com.
Do you think my baby toes would get some cash?
Oh, yeah. There's
People like
probably
a baby toe, maybe.
people like pictures of old people, so I'm sure they like feet stuff.
I would
Right.
be desperate to make $144,000 of feet.
Oh, I'm not sure that's the number.
Yeah, you just said a number that's not real.
Now, here's my
Yeah,
question.
I think there's several commas.
Yeah,
It's
she put extra-
144,000.
$144,000.
That's where you blew it. All right, sure.
You
All
got to
right.
step in a lot of cake and you got to
Yeah,
Play-Doh
get
Bring
your
it
and
on.
smushy stuff.
Life
and-
is
Mhm.
expensive.
Yeah.
Creative.
All right, I'm gonna get on that.
Now, I have one more question
All
for
right,
you.
and then I want to ask my favorite question.
Okay, because here's mine. I foresee a film special for you
yes,
coming up in the future.
Come
and
on,
it could be
hey,
filmed
let's go
in your
Netflix.
club.
Let's go HBO. Let's go
Yeah.
Let's
whoever
go
does
Amazon. Let's go.
it. You got to have this guy do a special.
Yeah, big time.
Got to do it.
And sometimes the bigwigs, they
Yeah.
don't have make the right decision. They obviously did for the television shows you've been on.
Right.
But wasn't there a comic recently who they said no to them? And
Yeah,
they
they
did
take their own. Kara Connors.
Okay, well.
Yes.
Didn't she
I
take
haven't
her
heard
own
of her,
show?
but I hope
Leave
she
this,
can
yeah.
be on
And
the
then,
show.
wouldn't you know it, gets a shout out in the New York Times
Mm-hmm.
Really?
for her
Yeah,
own
so-
taped special.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
foresee
saying.
that
Look up
for
Kara
you.
Connors.
That's the story of several people.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Yes.
at some point I say, these people, a lot of them, like, look at my intern over here. See her in the corner? You know, she's an example. They don't know. You know what
Are
I mean?
you Mongolian?
No, she's saying no.
You Vietnamese?
You knew that she
Wow.
was Vietnamese?
Don't
Oh.
mind me.
Oh.
Is that correct?
Don't mind me.
Is that a real word?
What am I saying? Oh my God, I thought I was saying thank you and you're welcome.
Okay, motherfucker. Well, our intern is crying laughing
We've
in the
gotta get
corner.
a-
And I'm going
yeah.
to be honest with you.
I thought I was saying thank you and you're welcome.
Well,
Well,
how
maybe
many,
don't
how
say
many
that.
Vietnamese people have you been doing
Quite
that
a
to?
bit.
Don't
They
say
hand me
that
things
anymore
and I go,
unless you're-
don't mind.
Oh,
Don't mind me.
no.
So I'm saying fuck your mom?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
All right.
How do you know this? You've spent some time?
I have Vietnamese friends.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I love her culture.
Mm.
Absolutely. Wonderful food, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yeah.
stand by everything Nate said?
Yeah, she stands
See?
by it.
See?
All right.
Okay.
And that
Yeah.
works in stand-up because when I'm talking to someone, like if I'm talking about someone's culture and I don't know what I'm talking about, they see that very fast.
Yeah.
There's an appreciation for who she is, for why I say it and sound the way it is. It's the reason why she doesn't want to shoot me.
Mm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because when people try to sound black, I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, don't do it.
But you can tell when someone authentically has grown up a way or has grown up around black, and it's just how they talk,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know?
I spent some time in Boston. I don't have
You fought it.
that's the only place I can do any kind of accent for.
When you're in Boston, what do you sound like?
Like I say, hey, you want to go to Martha's Vineyard?
Martha.
You want to go to Martha's Vineyard? You want to go get a couple beers?
Yes.
Stuff like that.
Park the car.
We'll go have some beers. It'll be wicked fun. Let's go.
Wicked. You Southie.
Yeah, if you can go down to
Wow.
fucking Southie and let's have a couple beers.
Guy has
You
the
gotta
skills.
talk. You got it if you were in there, you gotta talk like them because they'll
They suss you out.
eat you up,
They suss you out.
suss you out, eat you up.
Well, that version of Paula sounds a lot more fun, frankly.
Maybe you add that accent in your stand-up. Now you got a character.
Oh no, I gotta.
Oh.
You could be like, I'm Whitey Bulger. And then you just do like a Whitey
Yes.
Bulger
Yeah, there
section
you
of the show.
Call
All right.
yourself Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys like baby toes? And then just do a whole thing.
Do a whole thing.
I would pay a ticket.
Great.
So what were
other-
you going to ask him? Some advice?
Well, yeah. So what we like to do, because we're, it goes by fast because it's fun. It went by fast, but it's time. It's time to wrap it up.
We learned a
And
lot.
what we always like to ask our guests is, if you wanted to give advice to somebody, maybe they're a comedian, maybe they're just trying to kind of do their dream. What is your advice to somebody?
Do it.
Just do it.
Do it and stop waiting. You're going to be trash when you start no matter what.
Mm.
So hurry up and start so you can start mastering it. Get through the part that sucks, but do it.
Yeah.
And if you want to be something, then act like the thing you want to be.
We've said that.
Like The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just bumped into, I don't know the kid, but he's from Lacey, Washington, where I'm from.
Mm.
And he was working at Best Buy. And I bought an adapter. And when you buy something, they say, what's your phone number? I told him my phone number and the area code. He was like, wait, where are you from? I said, I'm from Lacey, Washington. He said, I grew up there too. I said, well, what are you doing here? Because this is Best Buy. Nobody moves to Southern California to go work at Best Buy.
Wow.
So he's an actor. And I said, well, what are you acting in? And he's like, I'm not acting anything right now, more theatrical stuff, which is fine. But if you wait for somebody else to make your dream come true, you can be waiting a long time. They'll
Yeah.
always put themselves
You're going to
first.
be at Best Buy.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So I said, you're at Best Buy. You got employee discounts on cameras. You got employee discounts on lights. Why don't you shoot scenes and you act? Get scripts that are out or watch scenes that are your favorite scenes by your favorite actors and then put that on your Instagram. Showcase your talent because it's easier for people to put you in that thing if they can already see you doing that thing.
Mhm.
Oh.
Have you ever noticed somebody go, you know what you should do? You should do it. And you're
Yes.
like, I do that already. Like, so
Yeah.
that's the advice I'd give. If you want to do
Yeah.
something, start doing
It's
it.
kind of like dress for the job you want kind of thing. But
Yes.
but you're saying like act it, go do it.
Well, that's a
Do it.
beautiful
Do
piece
it.
of advice you gave.
I
us.
I
love
think
it.
you could
Yeah,
sum it up
love
by
it.
saying you're your own best buy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your innate quality is you're
Mm.
your own best buy.
Ass in your mouth.
Ass in your
Wow.
mouth, crying in the corner.
Succulent. Succulent.
That's it. Let's give it up. I mean, well, we're going to keep talking. Hey, you better, if you haven't signed up for our Patreon, you're going to miss out because we're going to keep talking to him. You're not going to hear it unless you have Patreon. So
That's right.
Ha ha to you if you don't have it.
All right. So you guys need to get the You Love Us level of this. And then You Love Us a lot once you have been on there for like 2 days.
Yeah.
So get in there and then upgrade it.
And then upgrade. Yeah.
Right.
Get on there. Get in our tier system.
Mm-hmm. I'll offer breasts and feet.
Thank you, Nate.
Photos?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And we'll get some breasts and feet sent your way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And thighs.
And thighs. Nate. Thighs?
Chicken thighs.
Thighs.
That's right.
Nate Jackson.
Nate Jackson, yay!
Thank you so much. What are your kids' names again?
Wow. You'll find out next time.
We're in the same world.
Okay, I got one.
For Borat and Seth Rogen?
Yeah. Sure. Easy.
Okay.
It's obvious right in front of me.
1, 2, 3, comedy.
comedian.
Oh,
It's
we
close
got it.
enough.
We got it.
Oh my
Yay,
God.
yay.
That's mind meld. It's
Mind
fun to
meld.
do in a big group.
I like this
Yeah.
right here.
You just like
I
a little
think
foursome?
it's very fun.
It was very
Yeah.
fun.
We just snowed
Foursomes
in.
are yeah.
Well, yeah, Paula does foursome. Lisa. Multiple Talking Women is produced and hosted by Ariane Price, Lauren Burns, and Lisa Shurga. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all podcast platforms, and become a member of our Patreon. All right, am I done?